Hi, I'm Gandalf Clark.
I'm Ellen Clark.
And we're the Clarks. Hi, guys.
Hi. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're doing well. We picked a topic today about business and personal that we thought you all might be interested in. We're supposed to be doing these videos of 100 Days of B13. So we thought we'd pick a topic today. It's Friday. We thought we'd help you guys get organized for the week ahead. So one of the things that we use every day in our business is Microsoft Office 360. And with that... 365, yes. I always want to say 360 because that makes, it's like a circle, but
No,
it's actually 365.
Yeah.
It's like working every day of the year. But that is actually true when you're a business owner. You're working every single day and you're...
I mean, there's occasionally a day off, but it's very rare.
Even when you say, I'm taking a day off, you still have some things that you have to check on.
Oh, I wind up having thoughts about what I want to do with our story. We wind up doing recordings or writing something down. I mean, it's never fully off.
And that's what we use our Microsoft products for. That's what makes our life easier. So as soon as we can get those thoughts out of our mind, we can get back to having fun. So we thought we would share what we do to help, keep our minds free when we're wanting to have a day off. And the major tool that we use is OneNote, Microsoft OneNote. And I started using this when I worked at PNC Bank. And the more I learned about Microsoft OneNote, the more I actually encouraged my teams and the entire HR department and throughout the company. And we actually started using it like for all the training material. And I started doing videos for the training department, and I started teaching people all of these different ways to use OneNote, and we use it in our business and we use it in our personal, and we've been using it for 6 years.
Now, I first heard of OneNote. I first started looking at OneNote in 2013. I had a job with Intellis Solutions doing Tier 1 tech support, and they had all their notes for any kind of problem that anyone would have in OneNote, and I found that fascinating. And then Ellen showed me more about OneNote, and then I was able to transfer that skill to my IT jobs and be able to, if I had a question about OneNote and someone was having a problem, I would just call Ellen and say, hey, OneNote, you're the guru. What's the issue? How do we solve this issue?
Yeah. So one of the best things about OneNote is you can search by keyword.
Right.
And you don't even have to have things like hashtagged. You can just be like, immortal. Like that's one of our stories is Immortal or Renegades or Red Beetle 1. You can just search for that and you'll find all the instances of that word. So first we want to talk about, in this video, we're going to talk about all the ways we use OneNote for our personal lives. So that's what this video is going to be about today. The first thing that we like to use it for is to keep track of the TV shows that we watch. Because we watch TV shows through the various apps. We use the Plex app a lot. And you know how sometimes when you're watching these apps, they don't keep track of where you are in the TV shows. You'll go to the app and it's like, oh my gosh, the TV show I was watching, it dropped off on the app.
Now that doesn't happen on Plex, but it does happen on Peacock. If you haven't watched something in a while, it'll drop off, and then when you go back to the show, it'll just try to start you at episode 1. So if you don't remember where you are, you're lost.
We have a whole page dedicated. It's a whole section called TV Guide. And some of the different fun things that we do with this. One is we have a whole list of TV shows that are like holiday shows and holiday movies. So when the holidays come around, we're like, ooh, what are the Hanukkah things that we love watching? What are the Christmas ones? What are the Thanksgiving ones? And we'll go to those lists and we'll be like, oh, it's episode 6 of season 7, Futurama. That's like, a holiday episode. Or,
for example, we don't actually know that that's
we don't know that that's the actual one, but
sorry.
We can go to our list and we can see the list of shows. We have a list of holiday movies we haven't seen. We have a list of movies that we want to watch. And we also evaluate, when we started getting really busy with B13, we were like realizing that we needed to cut down on the TV shows that we watch because we love TV. Being in entertainment, some people in entertainment, like, they don't like watching a lot of TV, especially they don't like watching themselves. We are the exact opposite. We are addicted. We are addicted to TV. We are addicted to screens.
If we ever, like, when we finally make an animated series for Battalion 13, when we finally do that, which we have
things in the works.
A contact that may be able to help us with that.
Yeah.
But we or a contact through a contact.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when we start doing that, and if I'm doing the voice of Darian or I'm doing some sort of narration there, I'm gonna want to listen to it. I'm gonna want to watch it. When I do the podcast, I listen to all the episodes again before I play the new episode. And I know there's only one more episode coming out, but and now it's gonna be a YouTube series, but I'm going to listen to them all again, and even though, some of the people who are in the podcast dropped out of our life at different times for different reasons, I still love hearing their voices because it reminds me of the good times I had with them.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And so what we did was we were watching, like, different shows. We had to decide which shows are we going to cut for right now. Like, at one point we were watching the show Once Upon a Time, and the show had kind of gone off. We weren't as interested in it, so we prioritized our lists so that we know what we were watching, what we might want to go back to. We watch different shows for different reasons. Like right now we're watching Stargate, and we're wanting to get inspired about how we want to do B13 the missions.
Right.
So we're talking about the structure of that. We're talking about, like, how they did the episodes, because they do a 5-act structure. And we, like I said, we watch different shows for different reasons. Some for comedy, some to relax at night. Sometimes we need to watch a show that has nothing at all to do with our lives, and we have shows for that.
Now, as far as B13 the missions, that's going to be a fun short story series that's going to be about the different missions Battalion 13 goes on to different worlds where they're dealing with supernatural and paranormal activity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's one thing that we use it for. The next thing that we use it for is we keep all our medical information in there. So, like, if we need to go to the doctors, like, we have a page for that visit. Like, if we go to the dermatologist and they're like, this cream is for this, that cream is for this. Or if there are things we want to ask the doctor on the next visit, we have, like, the GI doctors coming up, and it's like, I was having this weird cramp in this spot. We're old, we can't remember everything, but you have a visit scheduled, and then you go sit in the doctor's office, you pull up your OneNote, you're like, I wanted to ask you about this and this and this. Can I take this supplement? What about this? What about that? And it's really, really helpful. And also, we have it for our pets too. We have it for our cats. We have, when they got their shots, what issues they might be having. One of our cats has kidney issues, so we have a list of her weight, like what her weight is all the time, and what her levels are, what her blood pressure is. That's all listed in there. And we also have, like, our insurance information in there, like our vaccine record, things like that, so that when we're talking on the phone, anything like that, we can just easily access that information. It's all nice and organized in our medical notebook. Other things that we like to do, we have a notebook for our cookbook, like our house cookbook. So in our house cookbook, we have the recipes that we've created that we really enjoy. We have, like, the way that we cook our popcorn. We have, like, the way that we cook our Clark spicy greens, that Gandalf's sister and I made. And we also have a list of, like, restaurants we want to try. We have a supply list. We have a list of different grocery stores and what we want to get at each grocery store. Like, we love Trader Joe's, we love H Mart, and those places don't have, like, an app where you can, like, add stuff. So we have, like, a list. Like, next time we go to Trader Joe's, we got to get the tempura shrimp, we got to get the peanut butter cups, we got to get this, we got to get that. So we have that list in there. We also have directions on, like, for our personal, we have directions on, like, how we do our taxes. Like, if we have, like, say we're getting a repair on our car, we have notes on that. Or, like, how do you fix, the dishwasher, like, if you have the dishwasher repair ticket, put that in there, stuff like that. Or, like, just any kind of notes about the house, like, This is a note about something in the front yard or a person that we need to talk to. And then also we keep I created a couple different notebooks for my family where for my nieces and nephews, for my nibblings. When my mom passed away, I wanted to keep records also for my brother passing. There are things I didn't want to necessarily keep that were kind of falling apart, but I took pictures of them. And then I also wrote like memories down about stories about things that my mom told me that I didn't want to forget. So I made notebooks, I put pictures so that, and shared them with my sister-in-law, my brother, my cousins, so they can look at these OneNotes and go, oh, these are the stories of our family. These are pictures. I saved pictures of cards. I saved, anything that was falling apart, things that, the whole family might want to see. I started
basically the phrase "take a picture, it'll last longer,"
yeah,
which I once said while watching Neverending Story and seeing Artex get sucked into the bog,
yeah,
which was hilarious. So, not that the scene was hilarious, what I said was hilarious.
Yeah. So that's how we use OneNote in our personal lives. It really helps us. Even when Gandalf's mom passed away, we had a OneNote with Gandalf's sister, and we wrote down like all of the information about that, and anything we needed to know with each other. We wrote down information, just to keep that information between the family. It's a great way to work together to keep collaborative information. So I highly recommend it for personal use, and we're gonna do a video next on how we use it for business. So I hope you enjoyed. Let us know if you use OneNote for personal. Take care, everybody.
Take care, guys.